What's up, how's it going? Welcome to today's Watch channel, and for this video I'm going to make an attempt to try and explain why Rolex, AP and Patek Philippe just seem to hold their value and just command a lot more money in the watch world compared to other brands. You know, there are many great watch brands, right? Other than these three, of course, you have the Holy Trinity. I mentioned Patek and AP, and of course there's Vacheron Constantin. Right, there's Audemars, there's Breguet, and then you got other brands like Omega, IWC, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Panerai, Cartier, Zenith. There's so many great watch brands, but why is it that Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Patek seem to be more coveted? They are more collectible, they are more desired, they are just more in demand. Why is that compared to all the other watches, right? Well, okay, to be more specific, with AP is only the Royal Oak. But just these three watch companies, if you buy one of their watches from the AD brand new, let's say you get a Royal Oak Jumbo, you get a Nautilus Aquanaut, or another different kind of special limited edition watch, they just seem to hold the value way more compared to a brand like Vacheron, Audemars, JLC, basically all the other watch brands. Once you walk out of the AD, you're just gonna take a hit, a big hit in many cases, right? Why is that? Well, my theory, well, I don't think it's really a theory, but from my perspective, right, the watch world, even though we have so many different brands, there are only probably 4 or 5 huge companies, right, groups, right? Of course, we have the Swatch Group, and Swatch owns many watch brands. Their high-end watch brands would have to be Breguet, Omega, Blancpain, Glasuto, Oregano, right? They're all owned by the same, they all fall under the Swatch umbrella. For Richemont, is the other huge conglomerate. Richemont owns a lot of high-end watch brands, right? Audemars, IWC, JLC, Vacheron Constantin, Panerai, Cartier, Piaget. And then there's LVMH, right? LVMH owns Tag Heuer, Zenith, Hublot, Bulgari. So really, when you buy a watch, right, you're buying into a company, right? Who made your watch, who owns the rights, or everybody wants to know the source, right? Where the watch came from. And I guess that's why Rolex, AP, and Patek they just command a little bit more compared to the other watches. Is simply because you are dealing with Rolex themselves, you're dealing with AP themselves, right? AP is still family owned. With Patek, you're dealing with Patek, right? The Stearns own Patek. Rolex is owned by a charitable trust fund. I'm really not sure what that means, but they are not owned by a huge global corporate entity. And I think that's appealing to a watch collector like myself. There's a certain story behind it, right? It's just not so much corporate nonsense, corporate bullshit that can go behind watch brands like Omega, right? And Audemars with their release of their Odysseus, right? What I'm saying is that they don't have to defer to anybody, right? Patek, Rolex, and AP, they don't need to defer to higher ups. They don't need to defer to a huge conglomerate and a huge CEO from Swatch, from LVMH, from Richemont. If they want to do it, they just do it, and they don't care what anybody says, right? There's that certain attitude. They want to do it, they do it. they don't have to seek approval from a higher up CEO. They don't have to seek approval from the investors. They do it because they feel like doing it, because they want to. And that's, to me, that's very appealing. Right? Very good example, Alango and Zuna with their Odysseus. I don't think, if Alango and Zuna was an independent watch company, I don't think they would have come up with that sports watch. They would have stuck to the guns and say, hey, no, we only deal with precious metal, and we come up with, big modern dress watches. That's what we do. That's how we operate. That's our identity. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, too bad. That's too bad. I don't care. But if you're owned by one of these huge conglomerates, you have to push product, you have to make sales, you have to remain profitable. And sometimes, that affects the product that you create, right? So sometimes you don't have that. I guess what happens is you are constrained by the forces of the corporation, right? Of that the higher up, of the CEO. You have to produce, right? So I guess that's why Rolex, AP, and Patek, in my opinion, just have a little bit more independence. They are more, in a sense, they're more free to do what they want to do, right? It's more organic. Their conceptions, what they create things without seeking approval. They don't need validation. They don't need to answer to anybody but themselves, right? So I guess that's why I like these brands, right? Anyway, that's just my humble opinion. Not sure what you guys think, but thanks for watching, and I'm out. Bye.